Oh, yeah, critical hit. It is a critical hit because it is a critical game of Dungeons & Dragons. Why am I speaking in an accent I don't know? What's up, everybody? Hello, Arvanauts. What's going on? Welcome to an October 10th Saturday stream here at about 9:23, roughly speaking, p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I hope everyone is doing well. I am in a very good mood because we're about to get started on character creation in my favorite game ever, which is Dungeons & Dragons, with the Infinity and Beyond crew, with some new folks and a new configuration. So I'll be talking about that in a bit. Before I do that, thanks to all of you who are here to start out the stream. To support the stream even further, you guys know the way to do it. Exclamation point CTT will help tweet out the stream. Exclamation point ARV2 will get you over to my YouTube channel where you can check out past broadcasts of the stream. Exclamation point Steam Group will allow you to join up with the Arvanauts Steam Group. And of course, exclamation point ARVTreon, ARVTREON, to support the Patreon. We're really trying to move that forward. If we can get to the 250 mark by the end of the month, then we'll be able to have a marathon session next month. If we can get to $300, then we can do one of these D&D sessions with you guys every other month. So that is the deal, and we would love to have you all here. Tonight, Dungeons & Dragons, pen and paper with the Infinity and Beyond crew. I will introduce them in just a moment. We're only going to be doing character creation, so we won't be doing any playing tonight of the adventure. That's going to start next, but we're going to be doing character creation tonight. I also have a surprise for you after that session is over, but I'm not going to reveal it until that happens. So afterwards, I will do so. I want to announce also that there are a couple of we have a bot issue at the moment, only because of Shadowed Mage is having trouble connecting things up. So Arcanus bot is not functional. So Lawkeeper bot is going to be taking over, and also I may be able to use ARVbot as a backup. So if the bots are acting a little screwy, that's why. Nobody's fault. It's the way things happen. So I'm just letting everybody know. Also want to mention that next week, Tuesday, is my Pen and Pixel stream as normal at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then at 10 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back over here, probably playing more Alpha Protocol. I am planning to try to get in at some point in the relatively near future my Golden Sun session, which was voted on by chat, so I'll probably do that sometime next week. I don't know, but soon anyway. And then after that, finish up with Alpha Protocol. On October 29th, Thursday, October 29th, the R Vocalists make their triumphant return. That is right. BB Wolf, Rob from Game Crashers, the Immortal Trendane, Mr. Russ Gruberman is going to be with us as well. And all of the four of them, possibly George Ledoux, although we think he might not be able to make it because he may have a prior commitment. But at least four of the R Vocalists are going to be joining me, in all likelihood, for a playthrough of the second Phoenix Wright game. So they are going to be doing that. So please, please mark your calendars for that. It's going to be a ton of fun as I set them loose on those awesome characters. That's going to be good times. Also next month, our D&D session with Ed Greenwood is going to happen as well, and I will have more sort of details about that. I'm very excited about that. That is coming together really nicely. So I'm super excited about that, and I'll be able to tell you guys more details about that as soon as I can. Okay, with all that said, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. And let me turn on that. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. It is a pleasure to see all of you today, and we are going to get ready with these guys. So I'm going to introduce these four gentlemen that we have with us, and I'm going to put them. I'm going to sort of put them around the screen. I'm going to scatter them around the screen properly, and then you guys are going to watch and listen and learn and contribute. I'm sure they will want to hear all your feedback about the characters they're making. I do want to emphasize that although they will be happy to hear from you, it is their characters. So I don't want, you guys can feel free to jump in and contribute and suggest and do all that kind of stuff. But there will be no browbeating of the players here, please. No, that was a stupid, no, you should play a tiefling half-orc thief ogre guy because they're the best. These are their guys, and you're going to have to get used to them because you're going to be seeing them for a very long time, because we are going to be playing dun 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 Horde of the Dragon Queen, and this is designed to bring them from levels 1 to 7, and then the second part of this campaign, which I believe is the Rise of Tiamat, that is going to lead us from level 8 until 14 or something like that. So this campaign is going to be going for a while, and so we're going to be with these characters for a while. So I want to make sure that they are doing this stuff as we go through. with that said, let me say hi to everybody and then let me bring them in. Hi to the mod, hi to my wonderful viewers. Thank you all to Trollware. Hello, Sod, who I'll introduce in a minute. Smacky, Redlear, Radcount, Parks, Mosky Bear, Mercurius, King Foom, Pryor, Grand Duke, Glob, Game Crashers, who I'll introduce also in a minute. Flan Kitty, Dragon Wright, Divinorium, David, Cody the Dragon Dude, BioMX, Blackberry Bear, Acclimative, and of course my wonderful mods, Shadowed Mage, Lego, Law, Dragon Spear, and Apples. So that is the deal. Okay, with all that said, now I will bring them in, and I will unmute them by doing this, and I will speak like this, and
they're
you
comfy.
guys are now
I like them.
live. What's up, guys? Welcome.
Hey!
Oh, hi.
Hey, here's the crew. Okay, I'm gonna add your pictures as they talk, and yes, so I'm gonna introduce each of these guys. So just tell them first of all who you are, why you're important on Twitch, why you're the baddest ass of all the badasses that there are. And then just give a sense of whether you've played 5th edition before, and then we'll start working one by one on different characters and stuff. So I'll start with Sod, the man on my top left, as I look at
well, I'm on the top left now. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you know me as Sod_ in Twitch chat and Twitch. And I am important because I'm representing the southern hemisphere of the planet.
Which is exactly why I brought you on. Like, I'm all about demographic coverage. You know,
He's the ambassador for a part of the world nobody knows about.
that big Australian.
And just so you know, the webcam's actually upside down. You just don't see it because it looks upright to you.
That's exactly right. He doesn't actually. You don't see anything at the moment because I'm
and
trying
he put
to,
on pants for all of you.
Yes, and I am actually clothed.
There
We
was
do
a
wear
question if that
clothes.
was going to happen for a while, I should say. So,
there's interest negotiations going on. Let's put it that way.
Yes. So Sod is with us, and Sod is on Twitch, and of course is a former member of the Infinity and Beyond crew as well. So he's part of the reconstituted mix, previously having played Domdor Grumblehammer. Whether he's going to play that again, we will double check and see. But here is Sod, currently to my top left, so everyone can say hi to him. Okay, now moving on very neatly, I will go to bottom left next to give Series Runner more of a chance to get his camera working.
Oh, dude, I'm eating.
Bottom left is bottom left.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
Bottom left is Mr. John Helfers. What's up, John? You can introduce yourself, sir.
Thanks, Arv. I'm John Helvers, and I'm not important on Twitch at all, except when Greg kindly has me casting with him. So I have no Twitch presence other than I come on these shows and have a lot of fun, and hopefully entertain some folks. Yeah, I was 5th Ed. My introduction was when Arv played the Dragonsphere Keep. Was that what it was called?
Yes, Ghost of Dragonsphere Castle.
Castle. That's it. Keep, Castle, close enough. And enjoyed it quite a bit. And so when he came around for this one, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely in. And I'm going to be bringing back, unless there's someone else wants to do a rogue really badly, I'm bringing back that character and playing up from 1st Ed, Cade, or 1st level, Cade Marmadas, my halfling rogue.
Cade Marmadas, halfling rogue. Yes. So he will be there unless anybody has a massive objection, but we will see if that is the case. So also a former member of the Infinity and Beyond crew who's played with us before. So everybody knows and loves everyone knows and loves John. So that is the deal with him. All right. Now we have going to my right the newest addition to the Infinity and Beyond crew, and that is a bot that I've created. So I'd like to introduce it. No, I'm just kidding. Totally under my control. No, I would like to have you all say hi to Rob from Game Crashers, who will be joining us. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Why don't you introduce yourself and why you matter and why you're awesome sauce and all that?
Hi, I'm Darkside Rob from Game Crashers, and I've never done witchcraft, but I've heard that this game has gotten many people through history class. So
I particularly loved Reefer Madness, and
where do the orcs fit into the Civil War again? Okay, great, awesome. I'll roll 3 dice and make it past this test. Thank you very much. No, I've never played 5th edition, 4th edition, 3rd edition, 2nd edition, or 1st edition. No, that's not true. I played one of them, but anyway, I'm Darkside Rob from twitch.tv/Game Crashers. Do a little thing called the Random Cast, and I speak into a can once in a while. So
yes,
and I'm sorry I'm so ugly.
So that's yes, I'm sorry I'm so ugly. I would not have occurred to me to bring that up, but I I don't.
That's why he wears the glasses.
I don't
That's
even
why
know.
you're not Rob. That's how that
Wouldn't even have occurred to me. Okay. All right. And last, but certainly not least, someone who I assume now is finally going to have his cam ready because I've given him plenty of time.
Jeez.
One
And,
bite at a time, Tommy. One bite at a
Of
time.
his
working on it,
of his
man.
5-course meal. That's the
I was
thing.
going to say, how
You don't
long,
have
how
to stop.
elaborate is this meal? You're like, and then when I
You
move
just
to
want to
the
slam it down. I know your intro's
the
long. but
aperitif.
Give me a little more time.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, I mean, for all the crap you give me about the length of my intro, you'd think you'd actually be able to. You could maybe finish your hummus like appetizer or whatever the hell
Serious,
you're
you need
eating
more
over there.
soylent in your life. Then you
God,
can just
man.
jam it
Bull crap.
quickly
So
and
you should be
go.
able to finish a 5-course meal in his intro. Come on.
So what's Series Runner? Hello,
You guys
Series.
know me, man. What's up? Hey, chat. If you guys don't know me, me and Arv have done numerous streams together for as long as I can, pretty much as long as I've been on Twitch, which has been a couple years. As far as character, I'm probably gonna go a fighter again, just to keep it simple, but we'll see.
All right, so we've got Series Runner as well. Now, the other two people rounding out the group will be Optic Nerve Productions, currently not here, hopefully arriving soon, and Kale Satobo, who is going to be here soon. He was always going to be coming a little bit late because he had stuff that was going on with work and the like. So he will be joining us shortly. So these are your crew, all the people that you see encircling the central screen here. This is going to be your crew. And I am really looking forward to it. It is going to be lots and lots of fun. So what I think I want to do is start out with sort of creating for... I think probably the best thing to do would be maybe to start with Sod and go in the same order, and then work around as we create characters. And I want to mention that people can feel free to, like I said, make suggestions and like comments and things like, hey, do you want to try this? Or, think about this. You should feel absolutely free to do any of that. But as I said, they have the ultimate say. So, and well, I have the ultimate say, but they have the ultimate say in terms of what characters they want to create. And I'm going to try to be as accepting of that as I possibly can. So if you're like, why are you guys not playing a, self-aware AI in a medieval fantasy world? The answer is because they don't want to do that. So that's the deal. But you can feel free to definitely contribute and make suggestions and all that. So, all right, Sod, let's start with you. We are playing 5e. And what would you like? What are you thinking about, sir?
This is the question, though, because people who have been in our previous campaign, who watched us, Domdor was quite popular, we have to admit.
Yes.
And
Well,
the question is,
do we have to admit it?
Do people want Domdor back? Because I can bring Domdor back.
Oh.
Or we can leave Domdor to another storyline.
Universe.
Chat, do you want Domdor Grumblehammer, the living hammer of Thor?
Legend.
Well, no. I was
you,
thinking more the living boulder that flies through rooms. Like, do you want Domdor Grumblehammer back? I guess, yeah.
Are you gonna play him as a fighter? Do you know?
He's
Yep,
a bard.
I would play him as a
He
fighter.
comes back as a singer.
The hammer's just for show.
I could recut.
He walks out on the stage. He's like, "Sweet Caroline." It's like, this is not the Domdor Grumblehammer that I expected. Shadowed says, "New character, please."
He fights all enemies with a comb and scissors.
Play a Nekawalamancer.
Is there a canon backstory? Yeah, I don't know the actual
Koalamancer?
intro yet, so we have to.
Well, you were a living boulder. I see. I think it's more like a out of control, like, I don't know, heavily weighted cart flying down a hill.
Oh, you were the intoxicated boulder.
Yeah, you were intoxicated. Yeah, you were a drunk
Yeah.
boulder until you
is
got over that and had your revelation. So I don't know. I mean, like,
You have 2 votes for new characters, actually.
So you have a couple.
let's do one.
We have a vote for Bring Back the Hammer.
Yeah. So,
We have a vote for new characters. Hi, Dragon.
Dragonspear knows. Dragonspear understands how good Domdor was.
Dragon Spear knows. A summoner that summons Australian stuff. So you just summon kangaroos and like.
So you want me to be a rager? Call myself Steve Irwin. Just summon.
They want you to play. No, they want you to play either that or Mad Max. They want you to play some Australian person they've heard of. So you've got Crocodile Dundee, Mad Max, or Peter Jackson, or Peter Jackson, because of course he must be Australian, like from someplace down there. Like he's not New Zealand. He's not a Kiwi, right? He's. Or
Summoner would
Doomhammer.
be cool. It's a cool idea.
I'd say the kangaroo mage. Play that stereotype up.
Kangaroo mage.
This is why
We could put up a poll, a straw
Be the
poll. to
kangaroo
see
boxer
if
from
people
Tekken 3.
decide.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, you could do
How
that.
about that?
Sure, go ahead and put up a straw poll. That's fine.
Give me a. Continue on with someone else.
Well, a character competent in fighting. They will actually have that, hopefully, Tank, because I believe, although we'll confirm this, that Series Runner is going to be playing a fight. Oh, you said competent. Well, I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, Series Runner is very, very good tactically. It's what he enjoys in games, and he's very good at it in this game too.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt that he will be very good in this sort of context as well, even though he is not familiar with the system. But it really has to do with whether he can maintain his natural desire to put on boots of speed and run through dungeons where he should be stealthing it. That's the only question.
I don't know what the freak you're talking about.
Yeah, so.
So many options, man.
We are not getting the all-bard party that was once rumored in Icewind Dale. We did think
God.
about recreating the Hobbit and having them all play dwarves, but then that kind of got vetoed.
I had to nix that idea.
Yeah.
So how many people are playing this? 6?
It's going to be between 5 and 6, I would say. Let's keep it their way. It'll never be less than 5.
Never be less than 5. Okay. I mean, it's up to you on the fighter thing, Sod. I mean, having 2 fighters is never. I mean, if there's one class that you want multiple of, or like that doesn't gimp the party, it's fighter.
Hi, Wolf. Hey, Edgy, what's up, man? Weren't the dwarves in the Hobbit kind of traitorous? No, they were often misguided, and Thorin had some serious issues before he could kind of figure out, remember who his loyalty should have belonged to. But no, they weren't traitorous.
So is anyone leaning towards mage? Spellcasting of any kind?
My Arcane Trickster will have a smattering of spells, but it's more to increase his thievery.
Oh, that's
So,
I need
but
to find
no,
this.
dude, they're fairly minor. I mean, mage would be a good thing.
I need to find all the what are those called?
Domain
What are those?
spells,
No, I mean you have like the paladin fighter,
character classes.
but the arcane trickster is like a
It's a subclass of rogue.
The Batman build we made,
It's kind
Tiff.
of like a
Yeah.
special-
oh, it's a subclass.
Yeah, it's a subclass. Yeah, it's a rogue.
Oh, that's different than
Called an arcane trickster. Yeah, it's not like a wild mage. It's not like a sorcerer. It's a subclass of rogue. That's why.
And by the way, I'm
So-
going to be putting up, as we go through this character creation, I'm going to be putting up the basic rules here so that people can see them. It's a free download from the WotC site. However, I do want to mention that this is not all the information that they have, because I have a full player's handbook, as does John. And so there's information available here that they would not have in other places. So, if you're looking and going, well, wait, why are they playing like this character when that's not obvious? The reason is that they're playing with a more advanced rule set than what you're going to see on the screen, but it'll give you a sense of what they're doing. Okay, poll is up. So, should Domdor Grumblehammer return? Yes.
All right. So while they're doing that, I have a question.
Okay, sure.
So I remember in Neverwinter Nights how classes they had the like arcane trickster, you had the shadow dancer, you had there was like a number of them, but it was like there were classes where you had to have some sort of prerequisite to then like enter into it, and you could only get like 5 levels in that.
It's
class
not like that
or
in
whatever.
5e.
It's
No.
not like that. Okay.
No.
All right. So I'm just gonna throw that out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to be asking you guys a lot of those
That's
things.
fine.
About,
That's exactly what
No,
this
yeah,
is.
exactly.
It's also why I'm glad we're doing this as a separate session and not like, no, we want to play. Like, we're just working on this. So that's good stuff. Okay.
Wow.
Let me just get him. There we go. Now series is fully captured. Fully captured. All right, and let's see. The straw poll.
Holy shot.
Currently,
Looking like no.
yeah, it looks like people want you to do something new, man. They want Grumblehammer retired, is what it looks like to me. They want him. They want a new. You shouldn't have put it to chat if you didn't.
No, I'm happy. No,
chat,
I'm
dude.
happy.
Well, and this is true. You can't go
the
into
thing is,
chat's
I like
wish
both.
sheets.
I like both choices.
I'm not putting it to chat. I'm not giving chat a choice in this.
I'm telling you right now that the reason is because they want you to summon kangaroos. They heard that and they're going to run with that like all the
Druid.
way
They
to the
want
end.
me
Druid.
to summon kangaroos.
Australian
They want you to summon
Druid.
kangaroos.
Australian Druid. That would rock. Yes.
My book does not have Goliath as a player race. It
Undead
is.
kangaroos.
I want, especially for this, to be able to work with... I'll tell you exactly what the races were that I'm giving them as options. The race choices they will have are... Hold on one second as I pull this up. They will have the following choices. Their races will include, they can play a Dragonborn, they can play a Dwarf, and there are two versions of that, a Hill Dwarf and a Mountain Dwarf. They can play an Elf, and they can play either a Drow, a High Elf, or a Wood Elf, possibly an Eladrin, but, that depends. I'd have to, talk about that, but it's possible. They could play a Gnome, and the options there would be Forest Gnome or a Rock Gnome. They could play a Halfling, and you've got Lightfoot or Stout Halfling as possibilities. They could play a Half-Elf, a Half-Orc, a Human. They could also play a Tiefling. So all of those are options. All of those are available in the player's handbook, except for the Eladrin, which is in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and I might allow, but I'm not sure. So those are the races. So basically, they have 9 races to choose from.
I'm looking at summons, and there is a reef shark, but there's no.
Oh, good, Dexy. Welcome in, man. No Spurlworm. My rule is that if I cannot pronounce the name of a race, I don't want them in there. All right.
Well,
it must be phonetically pronounceable in English, or I want nothing to do. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it looks like we got 12-6, Saad. 12-6 in favor of no. So we're going to close this poll down in just a second. So if you want to preserve Domdor Grumblehammer,
In favor of no.
you must, the time must come. If you are going to step up to the plate here, if you want to save Domdor as Domdor.
or not.
Why can't they play as a dwarf? Right, the dorks. I think they killed too many dorks to feel good about doing it. I think they wanted to leave that part of the adventure. I mean, they really enjoyed it, but they wanted to leave that moment where they found... I don't know if you were there for this, if you saw this session, Rob, but what happened is these 3 guys actually went into a place where, to preserve the dwarf race, dwarves had begun to crossbreed with orcs. And then would try to raise the half-orc dwarf children, so they were dorks. That was yeah.
Every bit as awesome as it sounds.
Yeah, and it was uncomfortable for everybody, and so I don't know that they...
very.
Yes.
That must have made for a hell of a Friday and Saturday night party, though, am I right? Wow.
Oh, it was something.
Yeah,
I want to know what
exactly,
happened to
Cody.
that.
Exactly.
What happened to
Feast!
the
We must feast!
What was that smart ogre orc dude that was at the bottom of the stairs? Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh,
He
yeah.
was a
Well,
smart dork.
was he taken as part of the cave-in that was created by a certain one of you that decided
No,
to
it wasn't me.
open up chests? Certain, perhaps, maybe? Just saying.
Indeed.
I think it might have been a dwarf.
I know he ran out, but I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I know. He may make an appearance again. But this
So I'm
is a
just
new
reading
world.
this
All
part
right.
of Fighter. It says, in addition, when you make a running long jump, the distance you cover increases by the number of feet equal to your strength modifier. I'm just saying, I'm doing that at some point.
You just wanted
A
to
running long jump. I don't know what I'm gonna need to do. Like a river, maybe? I don't know.
It looks to me like Grumblehammer, Domdor Grumblehammer is moving off to well-deserved retirement, I think, Saad.
Okie dokie.
So it is going to be someone new. So with that said, what new person would you like? Let's talk about fires. It wasn't me. Oh, yes. Thank you, Troll. I will fix that.
I'm thinking of being a cleric.
There you go. I
Neat.
agree. Do it.
Sweet.
That's what I
Healing
like.
spells, awesome.
I was gonna say, Autumn. It's like the backup quarterback in football. Everyone immediately is excited about a cleric. Like, yes, you should absolutely do that. No
Conrad's
question
brother.
about it.
I'm thinking cleric. I just want to check the difference between cleric and druid. I've got the handbook here. I'm just gonna read up.
Druids suck, dude. Clerics are better.
If you're gonna play a druid, could you please sing the John Denver song "Sunshine on My Shoulders" every time you're? Could you please do that?
I don't know that song.
Shoulders makes me happy. It just does this image of you walking through a forest and being. And also, you have to have great knowledge of the Australian outback.
Call with us. It's amazing.
Yeah. Saad should be a dragonborn sorcerer, cleric orc, a druid that can turn into a drop bear. What the hell is a drop bear?
Oh, that is true. That's one cool
it's
thing.
The hell is going on
deadliest
outside
animal
my
in
house?
Australia.
Is there a
Everyone
creature
knows.
called a drop bear?
Yep.
Oh, I forgot it. We actually talked about this one.
Yes,
Like,
we talked
what
about
does it
times.
do? It like drops from trees?
No,
That's
give him
terrifying.
That's exactly
Give
what
him
it
a picture
does.
of it. Give
drops
him a
on
picture of
people
it.
from trees.
It drops
Yeah.
from trees? Why is
Yeah,
everything on
look up-
Australia trying to kill everybody? Why?
Just
Look up a
just
picture
Google
of it.
drop bear.
Have you
Yeah,
been to
look at it.
Australia?
Yes, I have been to Australia. I wasn't
No,
trying
like,
to. Nobody tried
Greg,
to kill me there.
freaking, yeah, Google it though.
right,
I'm serious.
drop
Like,
bear.
look at the pictures of these things.
Ah!
No, I'm kind of curious.
Oh my God! All right, I'm going to show you guys a picture.
Safety
As-
search on.
This is horrifying.
Any kids in the room, please turn away now.
Please turn away now.
What the Droppers are
What
for
the hell
travelers?
is this? All right, I'm going to show you guys.
What in the fuck is going on, New York?
They're coming for you.
They're
I
coming
don't
for
know
you.
what.
Ladies and gentlemen, the drop bear. Da-da!
If I suddenly vanish from the cast, it's because they broke down the door.
A
That
Doppler
is
got you, yeah.
terrifying. What is that?
What are we?
That is hilarious.
So, you know, we're-
Drop bear height chart.
This doesn't really
Holy
exist.
crap!
This
Arv.
doesn't exist. This is a lie. This does
Arv,
not
that's not a
actually
good look
exist.
for you, brother.
This is completely made up. That's photoshopped. This is not true. This is absolutely not accurate. There's no such thing. That is a koala bear that has had some teeth somehow like photoshopped onto it. That is not accurate.
It's a drop bear.
they're real.
It doesn't even make sense. Who would call a drop
real.
bear? Those are photoshopped teeth.
I see a drop bear attack caught on film. YouTube. There you go.
What?
I mean, I tend to agree with you that it is a koala with fangs. It's always just, yeah.
I
Drop
think
bear
so.
attack of the
It-
killer
It's
koala.
a subspecies of the koala.
That's your mortal enemy in Blood Rain, is what that is.
They made a movie about
Oh,
it.
what? Arv is back.
Jesus.
I don't
Check this
even.
out. Drop bear.
I don't believe this.
They attack with cuteness.
No, this is nonsense. They have a drop bear height chart. You are full of crap. This does not actually exist. There's a drop bear height. It's a drop bear height chart. It's common drop bear, average man, and a mammoth drop bear. It's like 5 meters tall. This is not true. This is a complete lie. This does not exist. There's no such thing as a drop bear.
Drop bears actually only sneak up behind you. If you turn to face them, they vanish. That's why they're very rarely caught on film.
They have a picture. I want to show you guys the picture of the drop bear, how the drop bear works. Here you go. So it's like this. See, here you go. I'm going to show you the picture right now. This is so you can avoid being attacked by a drop bear.
Thank you, Glob.
This is the angle of attack from a typical drop bear. Let me show you guys. This is a scientific diagram, by the way. As you can see, the man is passing under the tree, and then the drop bear just falls on top of him. That's how it actually works. Thank you, Glob.
Looks like it's about to vomit on him.
I love that it's got the various methods suggested to deter drop bear attacks include placing forks in the hair, having Vegemite or toothpaste spread behind the ears or in the armpits, urinating on oneself, and only speaking English in an Australian accent.
I would love to go. I would actually like to go on record that Nova has proven that drop bears kill its prey by dropping black arrows upon unsuspecting stick figures.
Exactly.
That's actually how they survive.
A drop
That's what
bear.
they do. That's how they get their sustenance.
Yes.
How
They are-
dare
yes.
you insult?
And yes, Troll, they are the Australian chupacabra. I want a decade of movies about drop bears. So do I. This needs to happen.
Dude, there's a great photo. This photo comes from the National Archives. It's been authenticated. It was taken in Tasmania between 1860 and 1888. It is believed is spelled wrong, to be the only genuine photo of a drop bear. Someone actually photoshopped it. It's
I mean, of course
hilarious.
it's spelled wrong. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of
yeah,
course it is.
that is
Okay, so Sod, give me. So you want to be a cleric then? Right?
I've decided I'll be a cleric. That
No,
is
he's
what
got to be a
I'm-
drop bear.
So what we're gonna do here is the first thing we do is we start with a race. Let me pop up the basic rules for chat so you guys can see what we're working with here. And then Sod is going to create his character. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on one side I'm gonna put the basic rules, and then on the other side I'm gonna put, and actually we'll put a link for the basic rules in chat so you guys can follow along. And then I'm also gonna put a link to his Google Doc, which Sod was kind enough to put
I'm gonna
together.
make a copy of it so people can watch me type it all.
Okay,
in live.
cool,
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let me know when you do that so I can then I can access it and do that. Aware drop bear. I want to be the drop bear. Yes.
A werebear.
Five nights at drop bear. 5 drop bears at
Oh
Freddy's.
God, no!
Okay,
It'll
let me,
sell a million copies.
1 million copies. All right. So let me pop this up here. Okay, add.
9th level.
D&D rules. All right. So let me give you guys the rules. I'll pop this up in just a second. You guys can see this. And for some of you, you will have played this before and will know how to do this. But for those of you who haven't, this will give you a sense of how it's done. And it's very step-by-step. It starts with a race. It moves on to a class, a race and a sub-race. It moves on then to class. And then we create ability scores and all that kind of good stuff. So these are the rules. So right now we are looking at choosing a race. That's what we're looking at right now.
All right, so that's what we're starting with here.
Yep. So we are choosing a race, and so yes. So let's do that first.
Yeah, I put it in chat. There's my link. I put it in Skype.
All right. Lovely. Watch me edit it live, and I'm going to pop that up too.
I copied that, so I have mine as well.
Okay.
But I'm not going to share it
There's
with you
only
because I'm
two
not the
viewers.
sharing type. No, I'm kidding.
His name is Clerican.
I just put that in just so it's like a temporary title.
Clerican the cleric. Originalist the
I
original.
love it.
Okay.
I just that's just 'cause
Clerican of
I don't
Clericon.
want to call it copy of my character sheet version 0.2. So I just put cleric.
Just make sure, yeah, all the names have to rhyme now. Clerican, son of Relican, son
Yeah.
of Rolokin.
Well, no, I want you guys all to do the exact same thing. I am Warrior N, and like it's like the worst, like most.
Rogan. Actually, that almost works.
Ah, that's right. We've
The
got
hair
a Rogan.
product?
Is he here? That's a whole different matter.
All right, now we're gonna choose the race. Ooh.
All right, hold on here. There we go. It's going to be a very busy screen, but I'll clean it up a little bit. Okay.
Are there feats that you pick in 5th edition?
You're
Yeah, there are.
yes, there are feats. You're a little quiet, by the way.
Me?
Yeah,
Better?
much better.
Better?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay.
All right. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to sneak my webcam down. And that will give us a chance to put the other guys front and center.
All right, so I'm just going to look at
So we're going to do that like
just
this.
races. Just races here.
So here we go. So we're going to place this like this. Dun, 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 dun. And we're going to put Sod's character sheet like this. So here we go.
That's a lot of screen.
I know. We will I will take care of that in just a moment. I'm working it out. Okay. So right now, Sod is building his character, and please move my webcam over. Here we go. Sod is building his character, and on the left side of the screen, you guys can actually see, if you zoom in a little bit, how this one is working. Hey, Gross. So he's going to create his character, and he starts with a race. So he has created what race did you say you were choosing? I'm sorry.
I'm just deciding
You're
now.
still thinking
I'm
about it, okay.
choosing- Yeah.
Okay. So if you're going to play a cleric, one of the things to think about is how those can sort of match racially. A cleric is viable in most of the different places, but there's something to be said for, dwarven clerics obviously are very steady. They tend to be very resilient, and one thing you don't want is your cleric going down in combat. So, because you want your healer up, so there's something to be said for that. Elven clerics tend to be more oriented towards the magical than the divine, but you certainly can, go an elven cleric if you'd like. Halfling clerics are sort of interesting, although rather unusual, because
Very
halflings
rare,
tend to be
yeah.
more focused on dexterity and things like that, but it's possible. Obviously, human clerics are completely viable, as would be the case in most cases.
Go dwarf, man.
I see how
Oh,
it
that
is.
sounded like a no to me. I don't know.
No, I
Come on,
noticed you.
go-
I said
go
hi,
have for it.
Gross. I
Go
said
have
hi, Gross. I said hi to you before. No,
Yeah,
so
dork.
there's that possibility. Dragonborn clerics. I have seen one or two Dragonborn clerics. It's kind of an unusual pick, but it's not impossible, again, because of the resistance of the Dragonborn and other things like that. A gnomish cleric would be possible, but a gnome tends to be more oriented towards the mechanical, and therefore is often good with dexterous things. You can certainly have gnome magicians, gnome illusionists, gnome wizards, things like that. So it's possible that a gnome could be a cleric, but it would not be sort of typical for the race. Obviously, half-elves, the same kinds of things apply. Half-orc cleric is probably not likely. Same thing with a tiefling cleric. But I think a dwarf cleric, a human cleric, theoretically a dragonborn cleric, and then the other ones, if you can make an argument, I'd be happy to accept it. So also uses clerics and an army. Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking I'll be a dwarf cleric. I've decided.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dumbledore's brother,
I'm
come
talking
on,
about.
do it.
Dwarven cleric. That's true. That's what you should do. Domdore's
Awesome.
brother.
His brother would be, that would rock.
Yeah, you call
I'm
him
actually
like
serious. I think it would be hilarious.
Doomdar, Grimble, Axe.
Bumble Axe. There you go.
Allow me.
Bumble
We'll do the name soon. I've got to think of a name while I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But what was Domdor? Which dwarf type was? If we're gonna do this, I'm happy to do this. I actually wouldn't mind doing. I gotta remember what race he was.
Okay, I'll see you, Shannon. So he was.
Bye, Shannon.
I don't actually remember if he was a hill dwarf.
I think
or a
he
mountain
was.
dwarf.
I think he was a hill dwarf.
I think he was a hill dwarf, yeah.
Well, I mean, you'd want a hill dwarf for this too because you're wisdom.
Yeah, he was a
score.
hill dwarf.
You'd want him to be a hill dwarf also because of his wisdom score, which is obviously a key characteristic. Of
We
clerics.
used the pre-done character sheets, didn't we, for our characters? Remember?
Yes, that's right.
we did.
Because
So,
that's right.
I believe that was actually just a normal dwarf, not an actual.
Oh, that might be. I don't remember. But either way, you would want. I mean, a hill dwarf would be a better sort of thing for cleric development. So,
Yeah.
I see all these people checking out the Google Doc as we speak. All these people are like watching.
Yeah.
it. I like it.
I'm gonna actually stay just like a standard dwarf then, just to keep along the lines,
Okay.
of Grumblehammer. So he'll just be with the +2 con and standard stuff for a dwarf.
Okay. So you're sorry. You're just going to be. Say that again. You're going to be a.
The default dwarf, so the +2 con dwarf,
Okay.
or to follow in line with Dondor.
Well, but now remember, if you choose one of these other things, you have to be one of the sub races. You get the +2 con dwarf anyway. So the question is whether you want to be a hill dwarf or a mountain dwarf. You get a +2 con regardless. So that's why the hill dwarf thing.
Yeah, I misread that. Yeah, I'll definitely be hill dwarf then.
Okay. So you are a dwarf of the hills. As a hill dwarf, by the way, cleric and random name. You have keen senses, you have deep intuition, and remarkable resilience. The gold dwarves of Faerun and their mighty southern kingdom are hill dwarves, as are the exiled Nidar and the debased Clar of Kryn in the Dragonlance setting. So you have deep intuition, keen senses, remarkable resilience, and currently no name. That's what you have.
Meadow dwarf.
You could be a magical fairy dwarf.
I like
You
meadow
could be a
dwarf.
meadow dwarf. Yes,
Dwarves are hard
you
to
will
come
be the
by.
rare meadow dwarf who loves flowers. He loves, adores flowers. Anyway,
Who doesn't love flowers?
so that's
Exactly.
what he's got. And he has to figure out a name, of course, which will be significant. And everybody, I think, knows the deal with dwarves. Dwarves are short and stout. They have long memory and long grudges. They can live to be more than 400 years old. And so they remember a very different world. They are solid enduring, like the mountains or hills or meadows, not meadows, that they love. They respect the traditions of their class. They trace their ancestry back to the founding of their ancient strongholds in the youth of the world. They tend to be slow to trust. But can be enormously stalwart and loyal companions when they do eventually come to a trust. So, No Name is now his name. His name is. They love that name. They love your name. No Name.
No name.
Clerican Anonymous No Name.
I'm just trying to remember the
Anonymous
the
blank
gods
name.
of Forgotten Realms. I've just got to look it up because I have an idea for the cleric to be a diviner.
Okay.
Ah.
And
Well,
he
but
basically
let's
listens
so
to
finish up.
gods.
With,
my name long time ago.
but wait, but
Too
finish
much
up
mead.
with finish up with the race though. So you're definitely going to be Hill Dwarf, right? Are we? We decided on that, you think?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so now we're on to Cleric. So the next thing that he does at this point, as you can see, the second option is for him to choose a class. I will show you guys that. Every adventurer is a member of a class. And so he's going to be choosing, everyone is starting, by the way, at level 1. So he's going to be choosing a class to pick. His name is No Name Hammer. His name is Anonymous No Name Hammer. That's what, No Name, G-N-O-N. No, that's just going to confuse the gnomes. You don't want to do that, Dragonwright. That's going to confuse the hell out of the gnomes. His name is Anonymous No Name Hammer. Anyway, while he's figuring out names. So clerics, of course, are healers and warriors. Now, here's the thing. For those of you who played the older D&D editions, clerics were often considered to be basically heal bots, right? Not unlike the way that they often are considered in MMOs, where they didn't use edged weapons. They could wear armor, but basically they kept armor so that they wouldn't die, so that they could hang around longer and heal people. Clerics, I think, are much more at this point capable of fighting on the front lines than was the case previously. They still, of course, have healing as a significant focus, but they also are much more capable as fighters themselves. They have reasonable amounts of hit points. They have other sort of abilities. Even their spell abilities sometimes can affect the way that they are in terms of warriors and so on. So clerics do not have to be just about healing. So that would be the case. No, I'm not mixing them up. I saw that. I saw what you said, Dragon Spear, but also I saw what Dragonwright said. I know I've got 2 dragons, but you know, I keep you guys. Actually, now I have 3. If I count Cody the Dragon Dude, who's in before, I have a Dragon Dude, a Dragonwright, and a Dragon Spear. So
yeah, keep an eye on that other dragon.
Yeah,
that Cody dragon.
You don't see how it's
Keep
a con
separated.
Dragonwright to confuse the gnomes. Yeah, maybe maybe you should want to confuse the gnomes. Maybe that could be very useful. Anyway, so he's going to be a cleric, but to be a cleric, he's got a couple of possibilities as far as domains that he's going to consider. And that is, in a pantheon, every deity has different aspects and influence over different aspects of mortal life and civilization. And you have to choose one aspect of your deity's sort of, they call it portfolio, which I think is weird, but anyway, to emphasize. And then you are granted powers relating to that domain. So you could emphasize, for example, knowledge. You could focus more on knowledge and understanding of things. You could focus more on life, which is obviously more in the lines of healing. You could focus on light, which would make you more of a badass call down the wrath of heaven on people. You could also be someone who cares about nature and focus more on aspects of nature, more sort of like a druidic sort of thing. You could be in the line of the Tempest, so you could be the kind of person who calls down storms upon your enemies. You could also be one of a trickery, like sort of trick your enemies. I don't know that that fits your perspective, Sod, but it's possible. Or you could be a war-type cleric, where you're focusing more on the kind of war circumstances. So I guess the question you have to choose then is, are you thinking about knowledge? Are you thinking about life or light? Or nature or tempest? Or
I'm thinking knowledge.
Okay.
As someone who's going to be divining, have some kind of heavy focus on divination.
Okay.
And so having knowledge is the most important.
Okay, that sounds good.
Side.
Sounds very promising. Knowledge is, these gods of knowledge include Ogma, Bokob, Gillian, Orion, and Thoth. They value learning and understanding above all. Some teach that knowledge is to be gathered and shared in libraries and universities, or promote the practical knowledge of craft and invention. Some deities hoard knowledge and keep its secrets to themselves. Some promise their followers that they will gain tremendous powers if they unlock the secrets of the multiverse. Followers of these gods study esoteric lore. They collect old tomes. They delve into the secret places of the earth. They somehow find Balrogs. They screw up Middle Earth. No, and then some gods of knowledge promote the practical knowledge of craft and invention. So there's that as well. So what that means is that at first level, you learn 2 languages of your choice, and you become proficient in your choice of 2 of the following skills: arcana, history, nature, or religion. So your character will have a sense of knowledge. Thanks for the hosters. A sense of knowledge of the world. So that's what we're looking at for your domain, is the knowledge domain.
Yep.
Okay, lovely. All right, I'm going to leave you behind while you work on some of that stuff for a minute.
Yeah, give me a fair bit.
All right, John, let's go to you next.
Alrighty.
So, do you have your sheet up?
Part of it.
Okay.
Let's look
let
at
me-
it. I did send a link, I think, to
Did you?
Sod. I believe I did. Tried to, at least. I don't know if it came through or what happened. Maybe I have to do that again.
I didn't see any link in Skype.
Actually, it's an email.
Oh,
Can you put a link in Skype, John?
if you share it, you go into Google Drive, you right click on it and go share, and then you go create a shareable link, and then people can just use that link.
They can see you doing it, right?
Yeah, link sharing is on, so copy to clipboard.
And by the way, thanks to everybody who's here tonight. I'm glad to see everybody hanging out, checking out character creation, which is a lot of fun. Just very quickly, this gentleman, making sure I got this right. This gentleman to your left is Sod. He is working on a dwarven cleric. Down below, we're about to hear from John Helfers, who's working on Cade Marmaduss, a halfling rogue, but I'll tell you more about that. To my right is Series Runner, who's going to be working on a fighter of some type, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. And down below is Rob from Game Crashers, who's about to be working on something we have no yet idea, but we're about to discover what that is.
Nor I.
Yes, so we're going to get to him in a moment. So
He's
follow all
gone.
these people on Twitch. Please know about it. And seriously, these guys are all friends. I'm very, very excited to be playing with them. So no joke.
Ghost
I mean,
of
now
Dragons
that we got Inom out of the way, we're all friends, right?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Holy, that is not true. He
Shots
loves Inom. We all love
Shots
Inom.
fired. Shots
Bam!
fired.
Hey, Sod, I have a question, man. The template, how do you make it so that you can change stuff, like right in the boxes and everything?
oh, well, you actually have to make a copy for yourself. You're probably looking at you're viewing the template. So you go File and then Make a Copy,
Gotcha.
and then it'll probably pop up something your version of it, and then you just rename it and all that.
It was shots
And-
fired. I know at arcades. Totally was. What's up, Kilobyte? Oh, Kilobyte. Kilobyte, my friend, it's good to see you. I will drop you an email about this. I was hoping I could chat with you, Kill, about a possible overlay for D&D. Maybe? I was hoping possibly I could use your skills one more time.
For sexual favorite? No, I'm kidding.
For favors to be named later. No, I actually paid him for the pen and
We don't wanna
pixels
know.
and a couple of the other
Oh,
things.
very nice. Very nice.
I want to pay people if I can. It's the if I can part that I'm working on, but
It's the currency that's always up
yeah,
there.
that's right. No, Joey. It's just Inom's got a bunch of other stuff he's doing at the same time, and his internet is giving him all kinds of grief. So it's not his fault. We're still very good at Inom. It's just it's just not going to work out in terms of like consistency, and that's what we want for this campaign. So, by the way, this is
We
going
had
to
to let him
run
go.
every 2 weeks, roughly. That's not going to be the case initially because we're not going to be able to play until 3 weeks from now, probably, because I think I'm going to be away in 2 weeks. But after that, it'll be every 2 weeks we will have a session in here that we'll be playing, and we're going to try to keep it pretty consistent, which is why we had a few more people. Ultimately, there's 6 people in the group, so that if 1 or 2 people don't show up, we've got a like working group of people. No more playing with like 3 people. That's not happening. So he's too cool for D&D now. What's up, Mr. Raider? Hey, or Weber, what's up, man?
Okay.
Okay, so John, have you found the link? Did you put it in Skype? Because I'd like that so I could post your sheet.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I think I can. Copy?
I can't. I just keep looking at that drop bear picture. It just keeps cracking me up. The arrow, just like on the stick figure guy. I love it.
Mr. Raider, for your knowledge, I can D&D with the rest of them, okay? I just want you to know that.
Actually, sorry, dropped the call for a second, my bad.
Thank you for the follow, buddies. Welcome to the Arbonauts.
So this should be it, I think. Try that, maybe. Probably.
You know your webcam just disappeared, right?
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, because I decided.
I do
there we
see
go.
the link though.
There we go.
That's a very big chair, though.
It's a huge chair.
Man.
There we
It was
go.
available.
Like-
It was available at Fleet Farm. It was weird.
Awesome.
You could,
Okay, you're
things
back.
for,
Okay, here's Cade Marmaduss. Oh, check out this guy with his picture and everything. Wow. Okay. So tell me about Cade Marmaduss. Tell everyone what you've picked. For those of you who don't remember who he is and all that stuff, or they're new. Who is this
So
dude?
unlike Sod, who was what was his new character, the Vagaries of Chat, I am not. I'm bringing back Cade from our previous Ghost of Dragonspear Castle campaign, but he's going to be coming up from first level again because I'm going Arcane Trickster subclass, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So he's Cade, but a little different, and I think it's going to be a good time. So yeah, Cade's kind of a scrapper. He's been on the streets for a long time. A slight Napoleon complex, but he likes to have fun too, and he's very much chaotic. He's going to be chaotic good. And yeah, it should be just a lot of fun. And he'll get along probably with the Dwarven Cleric, because he got along pretty well with the Dwarven Fighter who saved his asked more than once a couple times in Dragon Spear.
Memorably.
Yes.
Most
So-
notably, the football save when he like
Oh,
leaped out
the
to
diving,
save
the
him.
diving catch.
Oh, that
Like,
was brilliant.
That was the
That was
best. It was the
so
best.
awesome. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I think it's going to be about the only carryover character as far as I know, which is fine by me. Like I said, unless someone else really wants to have a real yen to play a thief, in which case I have a backup chosen, but I want to do Cade because I think it'll be fun playing the full bore 5th edition kit.
He's going to be, by the way, he's going to be like, he just reminded me, he's going to be like the guy in Dragon Age. Who's the dwarven author that keeps coming back, like in all the like he starts
Varian or something like that.
Say again?
Author?
Yeah. What? Say it again.
It was like Varys or Varian.
Varys, right?
Varys.
Yeah. Who like shows up all the time. So like he'll make all these references to
I
like
don't like
previous
being
Infinity and Beyond
Ozamar.
people. You know, he'll be like, oh, I remember these guys. You were nothing like those great heroes or whatever. Like, you know.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Varys.
The only
right.
the only dwarf like he comes who sounds like he comes straight out of New York City.
Exactly.
I've never understood that. Why is he the only dwarf that sounds like he owns like a hot dog stand? It's ridiculous.
So I says to the guy, I says, look.
All right. So I'm doing
and
a
no
light,
Um,
no beard.
And no,
yeah,
exactly.
I'm doing a Lightfoot halfling for obvious reasons.
Okay.
Score and the dexterity and all that fun stuff, and
And you're going to be a rogue. So for those of you who
Yep.
don't know, the thing to keep in mind about a rogue is that a rogue is not only the trap, finder and hopefully disarmer, but the rogue is the one who is able to backstab, to attack from the shadows. Rogues are all about skill and precision. They're about sort of having a shady living. You know, they're all about that life.
gotcha.
That's important. There also, however, are some archetypes, and we need to talk about that. You are going to be the Arcane Trickster archetype.
Yes,
And what that
indeed.
is, for those of you who don't know, some rogues enhance their fine-honed skills of stealth and agility with magic, learning tricks of enchantment and illusion. These rogues include pickpockets and burglars, but also pranksters, mischief makers, and John. And when you reach
Got it in one, buddy. Got it in one.
when you reach 3rd level, he will gain the ability to cast spells. Until that time, he will simply be a guy who likes, like cool magical stuff. And he doesn't know what to do with it, but he pretends that he's playing with them like a kid who gets this thing. He's like playing with his dad's toys. Like that's basically what it is. He's like, oh, this is awesome. I can't wait till I can learn to use this bandsaw. That's basically what Cade is going to be doing. So he'll be able to use magic, and that'll be a good sort of supplemental thing. I assume you guys will have. Well, actually, I can't assume that. I'm guessing that there will be another magician in the party at some point, but otherwise it's going to be all up to Cade to cover the entire magical load. So that's
Funny.
yes, pickpocketing their party while they're sleeping, Katarns. It could be. I mean, that's conceivable.
I just want the invisible mage hand at level 3, man. That I'm gonna have so much fun with.
So you can gently stroke someone's beard.
That's right. That's right. I meant to push him off, but I instead caressed his back lightly. Yes, exactly. No, I can't. This should be a lot of fun. The spells. Oh yeah.
Exactly. What's up, Shattermage?
Actually, it's pretty decent spell progression, honestly, which is a little strange.
Yeah.
All things considered. So yeah. Yeah, it should be good.
That's right, and there's a lot of skill based on intelligence as your spellcasting abilities. So you'll need to pay attention to that.
Gonna
All
need
right.
to balance that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, since you're in the same spot that Sod is when I let him go, so I'm going to move on then while you're
Yes.
working on that stuff.
Okay.
Let me move to Rob. Actually, no, let me move to Series Runner next because
Much better choice.
Yeah, let me move to Series next because Series is a little bit farther along in terms of knowing what he wants to do. So Series, you wanted to be a fighter. What about on the racial side?
I'm going half orc.
Half orc. Very, very nice. Half orc. All right,
That.
They're just beasts, man.
They
They're
are
just
beasts.
straight tanks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
that's right. And
I can so hide behind you all day long. It'll be great.
yes,
yeah,
half
I'm there
orcs
to
are
take arrows for you.
half orcs are definitely cool. So half orcs are whether united under the leadership of a mighty warlock or having fought to a standstill after years of conflict, orc and human tribes sometimes form alliances. When these alliances are sealed by marriage, half orcs are born. Half orcs are scarred and strong. They stand between 6 and 7 feet tall, not unlike Sirius himself. They usually weigh between 180 and 250 pounds. Sirius, who weighs 50 pounds, does not fit this. Orcs regard battle scars as tokens of pride and ornamental scars as things of beauty. I don't know if Series Runner has any scars that he showed us. Other
None
scars,
that you can
though,
see.
mark an orc or half orc as a former slave or a disgraced exile. They'll have to let us know. You guys will be responsible for coming up with backstory, of course, on these guys as well. So we will see. But the traits that are important is that his strength score obviously is significant. His constitution score is significant. He has dark vision. You are menacing. and I think we can all agree that Series Runner is clearly a menacing figure.
Terrifying.
He gains proficiency in the intimidation skill. He has relentless endurance, which means when he is reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead. So when someone kills you, you're like, not this time, and you like Hulk Hogan it, you know. When it comes crashing down, and you're all the way
I
back.
expect you to go point to him and go, "What you gonna do?"
Yeah, exactly. When the 20,000-inch pythons. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And then Savage Dex. When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice 1 additional time and add it to the extra damage of the critical hit. So the way I like to describe this is Bruce Lee hits a person and then like does the backhand extra, like whoosh, what? Like for the extra couple of points of damage. That's basically what it is. So you are like even more damage than existed before. So so that's what we've got. We know who's playing center. Yes, Mercurius. He will be playing center. There is no question about it. What's up, Nosh? So yes, you got a half orc. Very nice. I love it. Okay, now you're going to be playing a fighter. And so what we need to think about then is what kind of fighter you want to be.
Hey, Arv, check out Skype. That's the portrait I want to go for.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I needed to pull up your thing. Do you have your sheet up, by the way?
Yes.
Can you put together your character sheet for me so I can put that up?
Yep.
By the way, Sod, props to the really cool
Well done.
sheet you used, man. It's awesome.
yeah.
Well done. That's a personal
it still
reference
needs
to
work,
our Divinity
but-
Original Sin run too.
My second
Shaft!
version of Fire's been really good.
Wow.
I still need to fix a few things, but yeah.
Only half of the Skype call.
I mean, why
looking at
not?
the stream right now.
I can make whatever I want, right?
Well,
Seems
dude,
legit.
that is awesome. Absolutely.
I mean, the human could have been like,
question
it could have been
is-
Shaft. Maybe that's maybe that's my father. Right?
Or Sam Jackson's character
Serious,
from
serious. The question is
from
the
Samurai.
Pegs as good as your previous character?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I can't wait to hear the
Badass
backstory. Yeah,
motherfucker.
that backstory is going to be a joy. I cannot wait to hear the backstory.
Who's talking
It
about
all
Shaft?
began in a 70s blaxploitation film.
So no,
It may
that's what
happen,
Sirius looked
man.
like when he was growing up. I'm assuming.
Series-
it's pretty close. Yeah.
Series, we just need to have the Shaft music every time your character walks around anywhere, like does any
I
kind of
really
move.
want to do this. Yeah.
That is hilarious. So the character has a backstory, and we all can't wait to see that one. Sure is.
His hair is going to get burnt off in the first encounter. That's true. That will be the target. Immediately, everyone's like, aim for the hair. You know?
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's a weak point.
He loses the
Yeah.
menacing but earns the charismatic trait, Div says. So that's true. Could you
Achilles
hide a drop
afro.
bear in your afro? Is that possible?
Yeah, that can be part of my backstory. I mean, I was raised by
Drop bears?
Shaft and drop
Oh.
bears. Yeah.
You're raised by Shaft and drop bears, who had a strange romantic relationship you never really understood.
And never ask questions.
Yeah, no. Okay, I love that picture. That said, though, I would like a character sheet.
Yeah. So what?
That is just awesome.
How do I? Oh, sure.
That's really tremendous.
Hopefully, I'm doing this right.
You really want to write a dwarven fantasy book? You don't have the time. You doubt people read it. Actually, Edgy, I should say that there is Josh Vogt, VOGT is how his last name is spelled, wrote a book for Paizo, for Pathfinder, which I think was called Forge of Stars or Forge of something. I can't remember. Came out a few months ago that was just dwarven fantasy. So if that interests you, I recommend it because Josh is a good writer.